Sarah here from Simply Shoeboxes, and I'm making this video today about Operation Christmas Child pre-printed cardboard shoeboxes. In 2018 they came out with these new ones, so I wanted to show them to everyone in case they're trying to decide to order them or had questions about them. First, just so you know the size, it's just over a foot by 7 inches by 4.5 inches, which I think, if I remember correctly, comes out to around 350 cubic inches area. If you're familiar with the ones they've been having, had them for a while. They originally had separated lids, and they had this design, and they had this design, and this is the newest design. The one thing I really like about this is it's thicker corrugated cardboard, as opposed to the old ones that were pretty much just like thick file folders. It's also slightly larger, which they said was to make you be able to fit in deflated soccer balls or larger stuffed animals, you know, nicer wow items. And it does give a little bit this direction, not so much this direction because it's stiff. And then, just to show you how it's built, if you've never seen them before, they come in sheets like this. Now, there is one trick to these new ones. It's really best if these side folds here, if you fold them first and kind of pull them in. At least on mine, I was having some problems with the flaps popping up. It was folding at the wrong place, because you can see there's like 2 folds here. You need to make sure you're getting it on this fold. But other than that, it's really super easy and quick to build. It has instructions, not on this flap. It has instructions right here on this flap how to do it. And if you just fold first instead of not pre-folding it at all, it does a lot better. And it really helps if you're not talking too much and you remember to fold these folds in too before you fold the sides down. And then it's pretty much the same thing with the lid. Fold and pop over. That's it, and you have a shoebox. Looks like you should pre-fold these sides too, just to make sure you're getting them all the way in. But I mean, once you stick stuff in there, it's not going to pop out. One thing I know people are curious about is how stuff will fit in these. So I grabbed a few different trickier shaped things to see how they go. I don't even know how these are going to go. Board book, that one fits in real good, nice and flat on the bottom. Frisbee, that actually kind of fits in now. That's nice, instead of having to try to give it an angle. Now the plate has to be at an angle, but you can still walk around that. Flute recorder, that will not come apart. Ah, you can angle that in and fit it in pretty nice. I have some various rollers here to see, and they all seem that they'll fit real nice flat on the bottom. So if you like full-sized rollers, I know sometimes you can get really good deals at that at back to school time. This is a puzzle I picked up, I think maybe at Cabo Freight. It won't fit flat, but it will fit angled pretty well. As always, even like with the old ones, these notebooks fit in fine. You can fold them over. They don't fit quite flat on the bottom. What I'm curious is how composition book will fit. This is a composition book I got last year. Yeah, that's going to need to be angled or folded. This one is too stiff for that, though. This is a slightly larger coloring book, and you can slide that one in. And I know someone had asked about report covers, and it looks like it's still a little too small to fit those in real well. I mean, you can trim them down. And then probably the largest shoes you pretty much have, the oldest boys, those fit and leave a decent amount of room. Now, if you're curious about how much you can fit in, if you're familiar with how much you can fit in, this is Operation Christmas Child plastic 6-quart shoebox. This is their old style cardboard box, and these are the new cardboard box. These all have the exact same items, as close as I could get in my stash, in them. So this, and you can see this is the old style. It's pretty much full. It's got, just a quick overview, all of these have the exact same thing in them. Notebook, cup and hat, stuffed animal, tennis ball, plain pad of paper, tic-tac-toe game, washcloth, Hot Wheel type car, yo-yo, whistle, pencil case with pencils, colored pencils, erasers, sharpeners, scissors, all that good stuff. There's also a comb, a toothbrush, and a tool in here, so if it's like for an older boy or something. And that pretty much is filled up with this size. With the new size, you'd have that much extra space. And with the plastic ones, you'd have about this much space. Or if you're familiar with how much goes in a plastic, no 6-quart plastic shoebox, because this is really the same size, you can kind of get a visualization there of how much you'll be able to fit. Now, one thing they mentioned was that this was for more room for wow items. So, or if you wanted bigger, so it leaves you a lot of room for bigger items. So I have some random items here just to see how they'll fit. Like if you wanted to add, maybe it's an older gold box and you wanted to add a nice sewing kit as your extra wow or your wow item. Maybe, I don't know if it's really a wow item, but a bigger item. That you could slide in there, fiddle around a little bit, and that would fit fine and still have more room. If you wanted to do a tote bag, backpack, you could actually lay a backpack in there on top of the other basic items, and obviously if you folded it better or in a hoy. Or maybe you wanted to trade out for a bigger stuffed animal. This is a Kohl's Care Bear. I thought that might be a good size some people would be familiar with. So you can see you can kind of fit him in there. Or maybe instead of a tic-tac-toe game, you got a really nice game kit like this, and now I can't close. Slide that in your box. Let's just see how that would fit. Well, you don't need your tic-tac-toe game if you have that nice game. Obviously, if I fiddled around this a little bit more, it'd fit a little better. Or maybe you want to even, you have a nice baseball hat. That's why I'm really curious to see how the baseball hat would fit in one of these new boxes. And it fits real nice, then obviously you could pack stuff around it. So, I think that pretty much covers most of what it's like. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and I'll try to answer those. I tried to cover most of that here, what I could think of that people might want and what questions I asked. I asked if anybody had questions on my Facebook page, and let me reread that. And I think this pretty much covers most of that. And I will probably be using some of these this year, and I will post those pictures on once I get them packed of just how much I can shove in when I'm really trying and being organized about it, not just trying to do it here on the video. So hopefully that helps some of you learn a little bit about the new boxes.